Reporting for Heart Rhythm TV from HRX 2022, I'm Mehak Dhande, and I am joined by none other than Dr. Sana Al-Khatib, Professor of Medicine and Cardiac Electrophysiologist at Duke University. Dr. Al-Khatib, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, my pleasure.
Now, today is day 3 of HRX 2022, definitely a very unconventional, fantastic conference. Take us back to the planning stages. What were you expecting this to turn out to be?
Yeah, no, absolutely. As the executive producer for the event, we actually started working on this 2 years ago. The Heart Rhythm Society is a leader in digital health at this point. 2 years ago, we were really getting into the space. We had launched the society's cardiovascular digital health journal, and we realized that we really needed to bring together the full spectrum of stakeholders to think about digital health and really keeping the patient at the center. Because at that point we realized that there were so many different digital health meetings, and so we wanted this meeting to be different in that not only did we want to bring together and engage the full spectrum of stakeholders, but we also wanted to make sure that the patient stays at the center of all discussions. And so, yeah, it was wonderful, really. We built a team. It was a production team, and at that point, Mintu Turakia was also the other executive producer. About 5 months ago, Mintu moved into a different role, and Jack Singh moved into the producer role. But all along, the vision has been the same, which is basically to deliver a very unique and different and unconventional experience for everyone. So, I told you what the focus was in terms of, making sure that we talk about the patient, but we also wanted the whole format, the content delivery to be very different and unique.
Fantastic. And, one of my favorite writers and directors, Aaron Sorkin, said, decisions are made by those who show up. And I am just so proud that EP was one of the first fields to really create this very unique experience led by a woman in EP as the executive producer. It's really a moment of pride and gratitude. I'm sure you had unexpected challenges, and some I'm sure you can share, some not. But what were some of the unexpected pleasure, some of the unexpected moments that were just great because all the right people were at the same place here at this conference?
Well, so thank you for saying that. Maybe I'll start with a couple of the challenges that we face. One of them was we actually were almost good to go with having a meeting in 2021, HRX 2021. And because of the pandemic and Omicron was, surging at that time, we had to postpone the meeting. Obviously, as I mentioned, we had Mintu Turakia as my co-executive producer, and he had to move into a different role, and we had to find another person. So there are some of the challenges. However, I would say in terms of the surprises, the pleasant surprises, I can think of several things. Number one, really the engagement of people that we reached out to. People who are not even in the EP space, but when we told them about the meeting and the experience that we are envisioning, we were able to sell them the idea and get them really excited about being here. And so we were able to, engage people who are not in electrophysiology, and that was the intent. People in interventional cardiology, people focused on prevention within cardiology, even non-cardiologists, actually. Like this morning, we had a great fireside chat with Sid Mukherjee, who is a great person in oncology. And so, yeah, I would say really the engagement and the ability to sell the vision to people, and really here at the meeting, the ability to deliver that vision. That was very rewarding.
Yeah, it was very well delivered. I can say that as a spectator, as somebody who's been following the conference all along. And, the whole concept of getting all the important stakeholders together at the same place and for engaging them so effectively, it really goes to show that ultimately everyone does have the same goals. There's working in silos, there's skepticisms that develop unbeknownst to us. But when you bring everyone together, you realize, yeah, everybody does want our patients to live longer, feel better, or benefit in some way. And all stakeholders do have the same goals. And that, to me personally, was the most refreshing and amazing theme throughout this conference.
Oh, absolutely. The other thing I would say is we were able, I think, to keep the patient at the center of everything. You know, patient engagement. How do you communicate things to patient? How do you involve patient in all steps of designing an app or any really tool for patient use? So it's been really wonderful to be a part of this.
Now, this conference was an immense success. Looking forward, 2023. What's your vision? What should we be expecting as this, I'm sure, gets bigger and more successful every year?
Yeah, no, thank you for asking that question. Certainly, the plan is to have an HRX 2023, and hopefully, we'll continue to have HRX for many years to come. I would say the main goals that we had for this meeting will stay the same, meaning we definitely want to engage the full spectrum of stakeholders, and we want to keep the discussions very patient-centric. Certainly, having some similar content in 2023 would be good. Like, great feedback was received about many of the topics, and people want us to expand more on some of the ideas. For example, health equity. How do you apply these different technologies to improve health equity? A great session yesterday. I want to build on that. Yep. Of course, we're going to form a production team, and Jack Singh is going to be my co-executive producer for next year. I'm very excited about that. We're going to continue to, emphasize the mission. Certainly build on a lot of the successes that we achieved here, but also think of things that we want to add, things that we want to change. This was a learning experience for us. And so, of course, we want to, build on the strong foundation that we have formed, but things that we could do better, things that we can, novel things that we can explore, we will definitely pull in.
Yeah, and following up as well. I was talking to Dr. Rodriguez yesterday, and she said it would be really great to hear what happens with the ideas that are born at this conference next year or the year after. So really excited for the future of HRX. Thank you so much, Dr. Al-Khatib, for talking to us and for your time.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. You heard it from the executive producer of the conference, the summary of this fantastic event. For more content, stay tuned, HRX 2022.